So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. Oh, that's so high for my voice. It's time to learn Leaving on a Jet Plane by John Denver. He actually wrote the song. It was made famous originally by Peter, Paul, and Mary, but then John Denver took it back and ran with it as well. He actually, I understand, the first time he recorded it, he didn't expect it to be for public distribution, but some people got a hold of it and they liked it, and the rest is history. So this is originally in the key of G, and that's what I'm going to teach it to you in. Really hard for me to sing it in that key. It's either way too high or too low, but let's go with it for two reasons. One is because I want you to be able to play along with some of the YouTube videos or recorded tracks, and it's a great chord progression for beginners. It uses a G, C, and a D chord, which the way I teach it are good beginner chords, and I'll show you more about that. Now, if you want to sing along and that's really difficult for you as well, it probably is for a lot of guys, I would recommend changing the key, and I'm going to talk about that. You could do a capo or actually change the chords. But let's get into that later. Let's do it in the original key, G. 3 chords. The G chord. I'm going to use that 4-finger G. A C chord. And I'm going to use this 4-finger C chord. A lot of beginners find this easier than the folk style C. But if you know that and you want to use that, that's fine, really. And then the D chord. You'll notice that the transitions are pretty easy. Going from the G to the C is just moving 2 fingers. And then when I move to the D, I just have to take the pinky off and leave that 3rd finger right where it is. It provides an anchor. So you can do a lot of songs with these 3 chords. Okay, I say the first thing we do here is just kind of map out the basic chord progression. It's pretty simple. First of all, there's no quick changes. And it does the same progression over and over and over, both in the verse and the chorus. There aren't many songs like that, which is why it makes a great beginner song. I want to talk out the progression, and then we'll do it together. So you can see the pattern. We're playing 1 bar of G and 1 bar of C. Now you do that 3 times. G, C, G, C, G, C. Then 2 bars of D. Then you repeat that whole thing over and over and over. You do that twice for a verse, and you do it twice for a chorus. Then for the next verse, you do it twice, and so on and so on. Let's map out the chords with the basic words from the verse, okay? And just follow along for now. Don't worry about any strumming. As a matter of fact, let's do 1 strum per bar, just like that. I'll show you what I mean. Go ahead and make your G chord, whatever G you want to make. And here we go. I'll start off singing low. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. That's really low. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. So you get the idea? Let's try it again. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. So that was that progression. We're going to do it again, the second half of the verse. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, it's blown his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So that was the second time around. We're going to go on to the chorus, just so you can see how the same progression fits. Here we go. Ready, play. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. That's half of the chorus. Here we go. Again, G. I'm leaving to C on a jet plane. Back to G. Don't know when. C, I'll be back again. G. Oh, babe, I hate to. And go to D, 2 bars. So that's the whole song. I recommend you start with just one strum per chord, just like we just did. Then the next step would be strum one per beat. And I'll show you how that goes. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Standing here outside your door, I hate to wake you up and say goodbye. 2 bars of D, but the dawn is breaking. Going to C, it's early morn. Back to G, da 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 da, C, G, D D D, C, D D D to D, and then the chorus. Da 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 da, da 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 da. That was half the chorus. Here we go again. Back to G now. Leaving C on a jet plane. Don't know when C be back again. G. Oh, C. I hit to D. Good. Okay. And so on. Of course, it repeats the exact same chord progression for every chorus and every verse. Now, let's try adding a strum to that. That would be the next step. And I'm going to use what I call a pop rock strum. It's a fairly common strum that you can use for lots of folk pop type songs. I originally got it learning Eagles songs. So we're going to go like this. Down, down, up, skip, up, down, up. That's actually 4 beats, 1 measure. I'll count it out. 1, 2, and 3 is a skip, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now, if this is awkward, I'd encourage you to just work on the song with straight down strums and then work on the strums separate and then put them together. It's really hard to be fumbling with a strum, fumbling with the words, trying to remember the chord change all at one time and then saying, oh, I can't do this. Yes, it's too much. Break it down. So let's just try the strum together. Matter of fact, no chord for now. Let's do the strum. We're going to go 1, 2, and skip, and 4, and. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to use numbers yet. I'm just going to go down, down, up, skip, up, down, up. That seems to work best for most students. The numbers add an intellectual thing that kind of sometimes can be a little distracting. Here we go. Together. 1, 2, ready, start. Down, down, up, skip, up, down, up, down, down, up, skip, up, down, up. Okay, so I know that was quick, but you can practice it. And if you're a part of my Real Guitar Success program, this is a strum that's built into the program. So you've already learned it, or you're going to get to it in the beginner's journey. Let's do it with a chord. This is the next step before we start changing chords. Ready, hit it, G. Down, up, skip, up, down, again, down, down, up, skip, up, down, up. And on the C chord, just for practice, here we go. Ready, go. Down, down, up, skip, up, down, down, up, skip, up, down, up. Okay, now let's try mapping out the verse with this strum. Just see what this sounds like. If you're not ready yet to add the strum, just go along with me doing a straight down strum, even 1 strum per bar. Here we go. All my, it starts on bags, right? All my, here we go. All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. Back to G, standing here. And C, side the door. And G, back to C, going to D. Back to G, and dawn is breaking. It's C1. G, taxi's waiting. Back to C, blowing its horn. Already, I'm so C. I could to D. And on to the chorus. So kiss me and smile for me. back to G. Hold me like you're G. Going to D now. And one more time. I'm leaving G to C. G. Don't know, back to C. Two more. G. Oh, C. Going to D. 2 bars of D. Good job. Okay, as I promised, I want to deal with the key and how it fits with your voice. There's a couple of ways you can do this. First of all, you can put a capo on, raise it up. Then basically you sing it low, but it won't be as low as it originally was. I might try something like, let's put the capo on the 4th fret. Now my guess is B. It's still a little low for my voice, but it's going to be a lot better. Then you play the same chords. Can you guess what key we're in now? If we were in G originally, we went up 1, 2, 3, 4 frets, 2 whole steps. If we were in G, we went up 1 step to A and 1 more step to B. So this is actually a B chord, but you don't need to worry about that. You just play the G form, the C form, the D. So now I'd sing it, I'd drop the whole thing down. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go, standing here outside your door. I hate, and so on. It's still a little low for my voice, but it's better than trying to sing it really high. Another way I would do this, and actually this is what I would actually do, is I would change the chords around. And this is a good song to practice your changing chords to change keys. If we're in the key of G here, I would probably change this over to the key of E for my voice. That would be G, A, B, C, D, E. Quite a bit different than the G. So you couldn't do that with a capo without putting it way up here. So the chords would be G, A, and B7. In other words, I'd play an E chord in place of a G, an A chord in place of a C, and a B7 in place of that D. And I'm going to play a B7 instead of a B because B is a bar chord, and I'm going to not worry about a bar chord. And it works. Let's try it. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Standing here outside your door, I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. Yeah, that's much better. I think I would raise it up just a little bit. I'm going to put the capo right there, keep it in the key of E, and we're good to go. All that said, I'm going to give you a play-along track so you can just practice the chords. You don't have to worry about singing. And I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. As a matter of fact, if I get really ambitious, I'll make a couple and make one in the key of E also. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. And as promised, I created a backing track for you that you can practice along with. I'll put a link to it right up over in here.